So again, possible mechanics and features that could transfer over from World War II to COD Cold War, since Raven Software is a part of both the makings of these two separate games. Now, a lot of people are going to complain. A lot of people aren't going to like the fact that, hey, World War II was trash, it wasn't Treyarch, blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. But in my opinion, there was a lot of great mechanics of this game that, people don't think about. That people don't remember because they just remember World War II was eh. But that's not fully the case. But anyways, let's just look at some of those things that could happen right here. One of which, obvious thing, character selecting. The downside of this, though, is they've shown that there won't be a static cast. There won't be like Richtofen, Dempsey, Nikolai. There will be, I guess from what you can see is like basically you get to pick from any of the like characters from like Modern Warfare or from like the campaign or whatever, and or from multiplayer in general, and you get to just play as these characters. You get to customize your look, and you look cool now and that junk. But there won't be any static characters, which is unfortunate because like in World War II, I was the biggest Jostin fan. I loved David Tennant. David Tennant's one of my favorite actors of all time. But that's kind of like the downside is like you don't have characters that you can bond to. You can grow feelings for. You can't just get attached to. There's a downside to that, but that's obviously like forehead duh kind of thing of this is a mechanic coming to Cold War, and it was also in World War II. That's something to think about, and obviously there's a translation there. Now, second point, there is in the trailer for COD Cold War, there is a girl. So there's the group. It's the 4 playable characters. Blah, 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 blah. They're going through the map, and they come across this intel room. There's another playable character, a girl, in front of the guy who the trailer is recorded from, and the girl, you can see clearly on her body. She's holding like a shotgun. She's got like a rifle on her back, and she has a pistol on her hip. All right. Now, while you're thinking about that, the other thing is there's only going to be, or supposedly only going to be, 6 perks in COD Cold War. They said something about buying a 6-pack if you had the money for it, meaning there's more than likely only going to be 6 perks in all of COD Cold War. They're not going to pamper you with things like Widow's Wine or the Frost perk from Black Ops 4 or anything like that. It's going to be 6 perks flat. And it's going to be Elemental Pop, Jug, Quick Revive, Speed Cola, I think they said... and Deadshot. We don't know what the 6th perk is. It might be Double Tap, it might be Widow's Wine, it might be Mule Kick. So here's the thing though, this is where it leads into the other thing. So this is going to be a 2-part point, and they're both related to the same topic. Loadout system. Alright? We know for a fact there will be a loadout system in COD Cold War. There is a loadout system in COD World War II. Now, here's the loadout system of COD World War II. We don't know if this is going to be a thing. We don't know, how this is going to work out, blah, 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 blah. But, listen here. So, let's go here. Now, right here, there is a perk in this game called Pack Mule, which, as you can guess, is basically Mule Kick. It lets you carry a 3rd gun, but it's part of your loadout and not a perk. Meaning you get the option to have a 3rd gun. You get the option to do this, but it's not one of your only choices on the map. You don't have to buy it because you can buy all the perks and why not. You have the option to equip it, meaning the 6th perk in COD Cold War may not be Mule Kick. It may be something else. Mule Kick was a very controversial perk, perk, because some people loved it. They swore by it. They bought it every single game of their life. They love having 3 guns. It's so good, yeah. And then there's other people who are just like, eh. I mean, it's alright, or I hate it, or it's the worst perk ever. It costs 4,000. It's not worth it. It's a very controversial perk, and doing it like this, it's part of your loadout system, meaning we have perks. Like, not perks as in perk sodas, perks as in equipable perks. We have things like Pack Mule. Maybe we'll have something like Fully Loaded, or maybe you'll have some of these others like Grenadier or Armored Up. Well, not Armored Up. Maybe like Specialist Training, but they'll transfer the Specialist Mirror to like score string meters or something like that. So all of these perks right here might be part of Cold War. We don't know these things, but these are things to think about. Like, what if Pack Mule is a perk? Raven Software is a part of developing this game as well, and of course, like if you play the beta, if you look at the beta, for either of these games, most of the mechanics for multiplayer is transferred over. The guns have a very similar feel. The mechanics play very similarly. The score streaks play similarly, and you could say, oh, all CODs are like that, but not quite, not really. If you think about it, each company has very unique characteristics about their gameplay, and this is one of those, And if they have a loadout system like this, I'd be very, very excited. Other part of the loadout system is they said you can start with any gun. Thanks, cutie. I'm glad you like the way I talk. Anyways, the other thing is, they said you can start the match with any gun. The first COD game to actually influence this, other than start with any pistol you pick or anything like that, is World War II. Infinite Warfare, if I'm not mistaken, lets you pick any pistol to start out with. Black Ops 4, I think, lets you customize your starting pistol, but not like choose which one. I don't remember what Black Ops 4 did, but for this one, you got pistols you can start with, you got rifles you can start with, you got sniper. You can literally start with a Kar 98, but the actual Kar 98, not World of War Kar 98. You can start with a shotgun, you can start with a submachine gun. Like, if Raven Software is taking mechanics from one game that they had heavy influence on and move that to the next one, I would be happy. Sure, World War II may not have been the best game. Sure, World War II had a lot of issues, and it wasn't Treyarch, it wasn't good, it wasn't this, like, complain however you want. There was a lot of gold mechanics in here. Mechanics that made the game so much fun to play that, that really don't come to light or shine in Treyarch games. And this loadout system right here, that one, the one I'm pointing at and it's on screen, that one is one they basically said, hey, we're gonna do this. And if this is making it over, what says all the other mechanics aren't as well? If you can pick whatever gun you want, and probably whatever score streaks you want in Cold War, who says we don't get other perks like this too? Who says we don't get like Pack Mule? Who says we don't get Grenadier or Fully Loaded, where you start with more reserve ammo, or you can carry more reserve ammo, or you get extra lethal grenades? The other thing that you think about is, in World War II, most of the junk in this game does more damage. In Black Ops 3, your guns meant diddly shit. In Black Ops 4, the same thing there. You know, why care about your guns? Because all it mattered was what double pap effect you got. Every gun basically behaved the exact same way once you got a double pap. Put a bullet in something, double pap ability procs, everything's dead, you're done. Who cares? But with this, things did damage. Grenades did damage. Monkey bombs did damage. Like, I was actually playing around earlier, and I was on like round 20. I throw a monkey bomb down, and it kills zombies by itself. Like, that's nuts. You know, Treyarch does not have that. Their monkey bombs stop killing things at like round 10 tops, and this is something to think about. Now, here's the other thing. What if we get specialist abilities like this, like camouflage? Maybe that explains the ghost blood, or like ability in the trailer. What if instead of like maybe our score streaks are our specialist abilities, but in Cold War it's obviously called field upgrades. But you understand the point. What if you can customize your loadout to the extent that World War II lets you, if not more? What if you get multiple perks that you can equip? What if you can pick whatever gun you want, and you can change your lethal? Maybe you get a tactical right off the bat, too. Maybe you can't pick monkey bombs right off the bat, but maybe you can pick something else as a tactical. You know, there's so many things that people don't think about. Just because Raven Software is connected to both of these games doesn't mean Raven Software isn't, you know, hey, we used this in World War II. People actually kind of liked this mechanic. Might as well just bring that over. Make this game seem better. Or, we like this mechanic on our own. Screw the people. We're going to bring this over. Like, they're the company involved in both of the making. We know literally, well, we don't know literally nothing, but we know basically nothing about Cold War other than what they physically told us. And if that's the case, then who's to say that these things... The fact that they're doing things like you can bring in whatever gun you want. You can bring in a pistol, you can bring in a rifle, you can bring a sniper, you can bring a shotgun. And then we find out that somebody has 3 guns in-game. Either it's just a glitch and that pistol on her hip is just for show and it's part of like her skin or whatever, which I don't think it is because it's clipping through her shirt. Guns you have equipped do weird things to character models. Guns that are a part of a character model do not. Because COD companies care way too much about looks. They want their games to look pretty. They want it shiny and clean and sound crisp. So that's what I'm saying is I think they have 3 guns. And if that's the case, and Mule Kick is not the only 6th perk left in the game, because we've already found 5. And if Mule Kick isn't the 6th, then the only way we can get 3 guns is via an external perk part of our loadout. And if that's the case, then we can get other things like Grenadier, where you get twice the maximum amount of lethal equipment. Or you can get fully loaded, where you carry extra reserve ammo. Like, there's just so many things that we don't think about. And on top of that, perks are upgradable. That's another thing that people don't think about is, what if you, like, upgrade Jug a whole bunch, and eventually it lets you carry double the amount of reserve ammo? That'd be nuts. Now, other mechanics of World War II that a lot of people don't think about is Pack-a-Punch. Obviously, Pack-a-Punch. Duh. I mean, what are you talking about? You're a zombies player, right? I mean, Pack-a-Punch is a source of ammo. If you've Pack-a-Punched your gun and you can't make it to a wall buy to get that ammo back, or maybe you got a box gun that's not on any of the walls, and you Pack-a-Punch it, then you can just buy ammo for your gun from the Pack-a-Punch. Which is fantastic. Like, Treyarch's never done that before. Now, the problem with that is you might have to, like, push a weird button or do something weird to buy ammo from the Pack-a-Punch machine again, because I'm pretty sure double packing is back in the game. Unless Elemental Pop takes that thing. So here's the bit of a side tangent. Elemental Pop apparently is your double pack abilities. But if Elemental Pop is your double pack abilities, then that means, can you pack punch your gun more than once? And if you can't, then maybe you can buy ammo from the pack punch machine. And if that's the case, then that's a really great mechanic, because you get your favorite gun in COD. You know, you're loving it, you're shredding zombies, you're beating up waves, you run out of ammo, you're like, crap, I need a max ammo. Instead, you can just go to the pack machine and buy more ammo. It doesn't matter the fact that it's not a wall buy. You can buy more ammo for it. That's fantastic. That's a great idea. It's great news. Hopefully they involve that. Now, here's one last comment. Well, I guess maybe one last. I might do a little bit more. But DLC weapons. This is kind of a bittersweet topic for a lot of people. In Black Ops 3, when DLC weapons came to the game, you only got the gun kitted to their specifications. If you got a Razorback, it had the boa sight and an extended barrel, I think, and this, that, and the other thing. And a lot of people didn't like that. They wanted the guns for themselves so they could upgrade it so they can get their shit. That's fine. I agree with that. I want the same thing. Black Ops 3 didn't let you. Black Ops 4 did, except for you had to own the gun first. Now, this is where things get interesting. World War II had the same rules as Black Ops 4, except for the fact that you had a way to earn weapon supply crates in zombies. Right here. So, you can get a zombies contract from your quartermaster, and the zombies contract, when you complete it, gives you a zombie supply drop. Hold on. I don't even remember how to open them. Whoops. I don't remember. Anyways, you basically can open them, and the zombie supply crates had a chance to have guns in them. The other thing was, which I'm not sure a lot of people would really complain about, is normal orders. Now, I don't think COD Cold War is going to have the order system and armory credits and stuff. They might. Maybe. I don't know. But if they do, then that's currency that you can go and buy variants of guns with. And variants is guaranteed to be in Cold War. You can earn a Cold War variant just by playing the beta. So, we know for a fact variants are coming back. But maybe maybe it's not just challenges that you can earn variants through, but also these credits. And if that's the case, then, now you have other ways to unlock guns and DLC guns in Cold War. These are things that I kind of wanted to bring up and talk about, because that's a big deal, getting to do all these things and not be punished just because you're the zombies community is fantastic news. It's great. And that's kind of what was disappointing about Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 was, oh, you're a zombies player? Well, only play multiplayer, or well, too bad. Basically, you got punished for only playing zombies because you can't earn these things. You had to either buy it with real money, or you had to play multiplayer, but you would rather play zombies. And for some people, that wasn't the biggest deal. Other people genuinely hated it. This game gave you ways to earn shit. They're like, hey, you're a zombies player? Cool. We like that too. Here's ways to earn things in the zombies game mode. And if they have a system, maybe not similar to this, but maybe even possibly like this, where you can earn zombie supply crates, that'd be phenomenal. You can get DLC guns too, even though you're not a multiplayer person. Now, they already admitted they're going through the Battle Pass system, And that's probably gotta be some ways to get DLC guns, but it's just something to think about, you know. Um, there's a lot in this game that were really good mechanics. Like if you had a teammate go down and then you finished the round so you get a safe revive, they automatically revived if you finished all the zombies in the round. Another thing that I absolutely love about other companies' games other than Treyarch's is if you go down, you have a bleed out timer. That bleed out timer, as you bleed out, you lose your perks. So if you go down and somebody picks you up instantly, you don't lose your perks. You keep them. You keep all of them. And that would also give weight to your order of buying perks. You want to buy the perks that you're more okay with buying again, like quick revive or stamina up or something towards the end. So those are the first perks to get deleted. It adds a bit of weight to people who are cautious and very aware about the perks that they buy, but at the same time, it doesn't punish you for, oh, I bought my last perk, let's go, and then you immediately go down because somebody brought a train into you or you blew yourself up for some stupid reason. You're like upset about that. It's okay because if somebody can pick you back up, you keep your perks. Um, Not to mention, think about it this way: perks are upgradable. If you upgrade Jug to the max level, which is like 4 or 5 times or something, I don't know because they haven't released. If you max out Jug and then you go down and you immediately lose Jug, do you have to buy Jug from the beginning again? Because if so, that's gonna suck. You didn't just spend 2,500 points on it. You probably spent close to like 30,000 points on it at that point. So there's a lot of mechanics in this game that I'm confident Raven Software either had, influence on or brought to the table themselves that they can easily bring over to Cold War. Obviously, the loadout system's coming back. Obviously, um, they have an upgrade system that they're bringing. They've got a loadout system that lets you pick whatever gun you want as a starting pistol, or a starting weapon rather. Um, there's a lot of things that people aren't thinking about, or at least I haven't seen anybody bringing up that have serious weight. And these are just a few. I could probably come up with a handful of others that were really good mechanics in this game that either nobody talks about or nobody has thought about. Well, actually, what happens if that comes to Cold War? You know, one of which being the revive system. Raven Software directly was a part of that. So if you finish a round and somebody's on the floor, they just get back up. The bleed out system where you have a bleed out timer, and as that bleed out timer reaches certain percentages, you lose a perk. Not all of your perks at once, like Treyarch games, but one at a time. So it's not as punishing, but at the same time, it gives urgency. You want to pick up your teammate as fast as you can so he keeps his perks. But the other person was like, well, I mean, I only lost 2 perks. It's better than losing all 4 or all 5 or all 6, you know. Now, I don't know how the score streak system is going to happen in Cold War. They are convinced that they are doing a score streak system. Um, I know I saw a comment on someone's video where it was, what if score streaks are only allowed to be used during the exfil system? I think that's a great idea. I think that's a fantastic idea. But I don't think it's going to happen because um, there's a Gatling gun, not a Gatling gun, a sentry gun underground. Exfil is going to happen outside, guaranteed. Like basically guaranteed, because it's going to be by a chopper more than likely. And if that's the case, why the heck would you have a sentry gun downstairs in the basement, like 3 floors down? That makes no sense. So, oh, there we go. So, just a bit of a side note. What? Now, the other thing that's fantastic is consumables. As far as we know now, there probably is not going to be consumables in Cold War. As far as we can tell, there isn't. There really just isn't any evidence that shows that there's going to be consumables in Cold War, because score streaks are everything. But what if score streaks are a consumable? Like right here, MG42. Well, okay, that's probably a bad thing. Hold on. Consumables. Um, the the bazooka or the flamethrower. Those are both score streaks, right? Those are consumables in this game. Raven Software is a part of this game. They're a part of that game. Maybe score streaks straight up are consumables. We don't know. Um, Definitely, it's something to think about, and it's a possibility. Like, what if score streaks are the consumables? Um, there's another mechanic that's really good in this game. Just jumping back is you can drop points. You literally can just drop points. Just drop like 3,000 or 3K. Be like, yo, go buy yourself speed cola. Yo, here's 25 100 points. Go buy yourself jug. So like if somebody just finished buying all their perks, they go down, they lose everything. They're like screaming and crying or whatever, and you're sitting there, you're just wrecking. You're carrying the group. You're killing everything. You pick them up. You drop them 2,500 points. You're like, dude, go grab yourself jug. I'll be right back. And you go keep killing stuff, and they go grab jug. That'd be great. You know, there's so many ripe mechanics in World War II, and people don't think about any of them just because it's World War II. But you should. You need to think about these things because Raven Software made this game too. And as the beta of Cold War, you can see so many mechanics being pulled from this game and put into that game. And if that's the case, think about zombie mechanics too. You can drop points for teammates, and when you finish a round, they pick themselves back up. Maybe you don't lose all your perks the moment you go down. You can buy ammo now from Pack-a-Punch machines, so now you don't have to worry about if you have a wall weapon or not. You can just run double box weapons, and if you run out of ammo, run to the Pack-a-Punch machine, grab some ammo. You're all good, you know. Um, Anyways, this really is kind of just like a personal blurb, thoughts that I'm thinking about, and the more I think about it, the more I look at what the devs are saying and talking about and stuff, the more I realize, hey, all this stuff is kind of lining up. You know, like they said you can start with any gun. They said, um, they said there's only so many perks, but I see somebody with 3 guns, and the more I think about it, the more it makes sense, and the more I think people should take a closer look as well.